Hello, everybody. I am SunPsychic Jean. Please welcome Wisdom Seeker Joan. Hi, Joan.
Hi, it's good to see you, and welcome everyone who's joining us today.
Yes, thank you. And I'm going to have to go over here and just take make some adjustments on the Facebook that I have so that we don't have any disruptions. Joan, how was your weekend?
I had a really fun weekend. Today is my sister's birthday, and
Oh,
couple of weeks ago was my son's girlfriend's birthday. So we had a kind of a joint birthday celebration at my house, and it was so fun to have people in the house and cooking. And I'm better at setting the fancy table than I am at cooking, but it all went really well. It was they enjoyed it, and I enjoyed having some people in the house again. So that was fun. And yeah, so it was fun to do that.
yeah, that sounds really, really
How
nice.
about how about you? What have you been up to?
Well, I was out of town the end of last week, and I just came back, and we did a show together with Val, and that was really fun. And it was nice. It was nice to get out, get away. I had a couple of days off at the end of the week last week, so it was really nice. I see everybody is here. I see Siwi and Samantha, K Travel. Hi, K Travel, and C Covington, Nancy Riker. Richie is here. Richie, I see your question. And Allison Brownie says, or Brownlee says she's new and she'd like to get a message. So I see your question. And Akila is here. Hi, Akila. Thanks for being here. And Richie, so nice to see everyone. Linda De Gonzalez, and Nancy Riker. Very nice. Molly Mouse. Molly Mouse. Nice to see you, Molly. And Bernie is here from Facebook. Hi, Bernie. He's from Florida. Yeah, he's from Florida. You know, my nickname used to be Bernie, and T Barb and Carolyn Adams is on your channel. Can you see the difference on there?
Oh yeah. Yes, Jean talked me through how to get this streaming on my channel. So that's oh, but she doesn't see anyone. Oh dear. That means I probably did something wrong.
No, no.
Well, T-Bar said,
I think it's fine.
oh, okay.
It's just that I'm saying hello to everybody, and she was saying that she wasn't. Yep, it says you're live too.
Okay, good.
Oh, very nice. Look at you, what you did. You see your chat. Yep, Carolyn and T Barb are on your chat. Very nice. Um, Hi, Linda. Hi, Maruda. G. Covington. Aw. I love this. I love this. So, Joan and I will be taking questions and we'll be doing mediumship questions for your loved ones on the other side, for pets on the other side. Please let us know the name and the relation if it's your loved one, and if it's a pet, just the name and the type of pet. Also, we're going to be doing spirit guide questions as well. So, thank you all for being here. It's so much fun. We love to be together, and I know that there's so many other places that you all can be. There's many, many very good content providers out there, and we just thank you for spending time together with us. It's very sweet. So,
Wonderful. Yes, thank you.
Joan, how are you? How are you doing? You ready to go?
Yes. I was just checking things out on my channel. Oh, let's
I love how certain you are. Yes. So, G. Covington says, I have a new French guide. He is a guide, a spirit guide. Does he have a message for me? Do we have to say it in a French accent?
yeah, ooh la la. I'll have to brush up on French here.
Do did you know his name, G. Covington? Didn't somebody tell you his name? Or was it just that he was French? Let me just see what I can get from your
Okay.
guides, if they can give me something about them. This is something new for me, so I appreciate that.
I wonder if his name is Marcel, because the first thing I saw were Madeline's. Madeline's isn't that the that Marcel Proust wrote about in his poem. And so that maybe that's, who knows, maybe his name is Marcel. Or maybe he's just showing me that because he was hungry. I probably got that name wrong.
Okay. No, it's definitely a contender. I mean, if that's the first thing you get, it's just hard to be sure whether it was a reference or the actual name.
Right. Okay, I see that the message is like that poem about the Madeleines, the little shell-shaped cookies. Um, he's encouraging you to be more French, to like that. It was this long contemplation. If I had paid more attention in English class, I could have quoted you some of it. But this long contemplation about a cookie and how it reminded him of his mother. And so anyhow, we won't go into the poem so much, but the thought of it behind it is to, even in the little things, give them your attention, even if it seems like something as simple as having a cup of coffee and a cookie. Notice what it brings up in you. Notice what it evokes. And when you give that kind of attention and love and respect and recognition to the little things in your life, it kind of builds up that muscle so that when something bigger happens, you're paying, and it's a way to let spirit in to, through that appreciation that you're sending out, that bigger things will come in. And when you notice and pay attention to these things, it will be a benefit to your life. And he's saying, I'm seeing sidewalk cafes and people sitting and talking and taking time and not just bolting down their food at lunch or at the work desk like Americans do, but to take time and savor life. And whether that's lunch or the sunset or whatever, to appreciate the beauty, and that will lift your vibration. That was nice.
Very nice. Very nice. I was getting something a little similar, something that I felt as though your souls knew each other for sure, and that he is here as a promise because to be your spirit guide. And I feel as though he's referencing this French accent to help you to focus in on what is it called? It's not, is it c'est la vie? Is that what it is? Some of the customs or some of the traditions in the French culture are very endearing and very much about savoring the moment and making the best of each and every day, and enjoying the simple life. And I feel as though this may be a nod to encourage you in that direction. It could also be that he knew you were in the French region when you two had lifetimes together as well. And he's trying to, by coming through with this essence, he's trying to awaken your memory and to strengthen that connection of what you'd had at one time. But you could have been sisters in a different life. You could have been brothers in a different life. You could have been, what we don't know what the relationship was in that past life. But I felt the same way, Jen, that you did. Very nice. Very nice.
Lovely.
Hi, Cindy. Son and I are doing well. Thanks for letting us know. Very nice. Hi, Arlene. Hi, Chris. And Warrior Girl, nice to see you. Cupid Soul is here. Emily. Emily wants to know, she has a quick question. Oops. I'm hitting the star instead of hitting her. Okay. So Emily wants to know if marketing is the right major for her.
Okay.
So I think that would be interesting. And then she had said before, just before that, is it the right career? And then she said, is it the right major? Let me just use my pendulum. Is marketing favorable for Emily for study? I'm getting a no, Emily. And actually, what I'm hearing is communications. But honestly, taking marketing courses, maybe not a marketing major, but you can't go wrong because, 50% of the business is marketing yourself, or your business or your product. Um, but I'm hearing communication. So I'm not sure if maybe communications was your second and you were kind of tossing up, but yeah, that's what I was getting. How about you, Joan?
When I tuned in, the first thing I saw was a meat cleaver, a big chef's knife going boom, and then it was chopping and chopping. It said, and so the idea was to chop it up. Maybe not marketing overall, but maybe it's like marketing communications, and taking a lot of the writing courses and like digital marketing communications, which is where everything is going now, and maybe some
Uh-huh.
of the think about maybe there's an overall intro to marketing or intro to marketing communications, um, so that you can kind of think, oh, am I more drawn to the analytic side, which is you can make a lot of money there of doing all the behind the scenes kind of search engine marketing stuff and all of that, or the like being the person who is doing the social media for an organization or doing, the marketing part and communications are so tightly uh, woven together. It would be good to get a more recent analysis of what's available to you and what resonates with you. But um, and when I went to my pendulum after seeing the kind of chop it all up and see what appeals to you, which piece of the pie or whatever is appeals to you, then I did get a yes with that. So maybe if you can refine it or take a general course to assess your options, that might be a good thing to do.
Yeah, and it's never it's not like the end. I do believe they allow you to change it. And even if you do get a degree in marketing, it doesn't mean that's where you need to go. It means that's the information that you have in your pocket in order to move forward. And I think that's wonderful. So congratulations, Emily. And it sounds like you're on an amazing journey. Wonderful.
Yeah,
Hi,
all the
Ginny.
best.
Nice to see you. And T Barb. I see all these people popping in. Let me see what we have. Thank you very much for your question, Emily. That was fun. It was nice and light. Let me just see. I have another one up here. Linda De Gonzalez says, Jean, you were right on yesterday with the message to eat. I got groceries and had proper meal last night. I had breakfast this morning and feel much better. I'm glad. Um,
Wonderful.
Yeah, yeah.
Happy for
She
you, and how nice to validate that for Jean.
Yeah, thank you. She wanted a message from her spirit guides, and I thought I would get a spiritual message about her spiritual path, and they're like, eat. I'm like, Linda, I'm so sorry, but that's what they keep saying. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay. All right. All right. So, oh, I did that one. I can undo it. Let me just see, guys. I'm looking for him. Here you go, Molly Mouse. Molly, are you still here? So, messages from Grandma Christine, please, for Molly Mouse. Nice to see you. Thanks for coming. And Patty Palmer is here. Yay! So
Yeah,
nice
you
to
should make a
see you.
live. Great.
All right, Molly Mouse. Message from Grandma Christine. There's a lot of grandmas named Christine.
It's a pretty name. I'm the first image I'm getting of her is not of it's not a realistic image. It's a symbolic image. It's of a like a drawing of a grandmotherly woman, and she has round glasses, but you don't see her eyes through them. It's just the lenses are white. And so I was asking, what's that all about? And she said, um, I could see you, but I really liked. I think I'd liked being able to be a generation removed, to be the grandparent and not like see, I didn't see your faults. I didn't see the things that I had to correct or that it was my job to make sure were, every little thing attended to, pick up after yourself and do this or that. She liked to, she loved you and liked to engage with you. And then, uh, and then she's saying, I like to let the cream rise to the top, meaning she loved having fun with you without having to be, the, the parent and taking on those duties. So she felt like being with you was kind of like having the cream, the best stuff that comes to the top. And she really enjoyed being a grandparent. Okay, anything else, Christine? And now the figure I was seeing whipped off her glasses and said, "But I'm still, I have my eyes, and I'm still watching you." Okay, anything else? My third eye chakra is lighting up, and I'm getting the idea this is encouragement to develop your psychic abilities, so that you can contact her on your own.
Okay, very nice. Thank you. So, Molly Mouse, I was just making some notes as they were popping in. Um, I was picking up Christine and Molly Mouse. If you're here, just say hello and make sure if you don't mind staying close and validating for us. How can I tell? I can't tell. Um, so, um, Molly Mouse, are you here? I'm not sure. Did she say anything?
I don't think so.
Yeah. All right. I'm going to hold it until she comes back because I'll need some validation from that. So
Okay,
we have Allison Brownlee, and Allison is new here, and she met Terry at the MeWe Fair. How nice! Nice.
wonderful.
Thanks for joining us, Allison. And Allison, just say hello and let us know that you're here. That'd be great. Hi, Jennifer. Nice to see you. Um, Chris is here. Hi, Chris. There, Allison is here. Thank you, Allison.
Thank you.
So,
Yes.
and we thank Terry for referring you over. I
Yeah.
would love to hear from my dad, Glenn, who passed in 2016, or brother who passed in 1997. Just let us know your brother's name as well. Wow, that's a lot. That's a lot of loss. So I'm going to try and connect with Glenn.
Too.
So your dad is coming in pretty young. He appears to be on the younger side, I should say, maybe like in his 60s or something. Um, but he looks young and he looks trim, but he has a little bit of a lighter complexion, maybe lighter hair, maybe the graying is coming up lighter for me. And I see him not as a business suit type of guy, but he always wore a button-up shirt whatever he did. I can't quite tell exactly what he did. I feels like he went into an office or even like a facility that he had a button-up shirt. I'm not sure what this is. But does this make sense to you, Allison, for your dad, Glenn? And it's okay if it's not. We just want to make sure we're on the right path. Hmm. 78, he would, and no. Okay. So, and this wouldn't be your brother who had a button-up shirt. Okay, he was a cement finisher, 78. Well, I got that totally wrong. Are you getting anything, Joan? Why don't you go ahead and I'll try and dip in.
When I first tuned in, I saw two figures, and I think it was the father and the brother, and they were, they kind of had their arms around each other. And because the way they were positioned, and there was like something in between them, a path or a road or something like that, but they were reaching out and had their arms around each other. They looked like the Minnesota Twins logo, and had one of them had a baseball bat down on his side. So I don't know if they like to watch baseball together or what, but I kept getting these sports images of the baseball, and then he was showing me, it looked like either a walking pole or a ski pole. And then I saw, and I don't know if he liked to ski or if you like to ski or if he's just showing me this. And it was eventually the message of keep focused, keep giving it your all. And oh, he's from Minnesota. Okay, that's why I was seeing the Minnesota Twins. and I saw a woman with darker hair going down a ski hill, but it was a nice groomed trail. So it wasn't like going over the rocks and out in the powder and in this dangerous way. But you can give it your all and still stay kind of safe. You don't go down the triple black diamonds. Stay to the nice blue ones and all that. Bless him with your brother was skiing. Okay, yeah, thanks. Because they kept showing me ski poles, and it's like, is that a walking pole or whatever? But lots of skiing imagery. Oh, I'm getting chills. Well, I wish I had a more specific message. Guys, can you give us?
And her brother's name is Steve.
Steve.
And they make us, they give us images and make us say certain things so that it will connect with you. And
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, my heart chakra just was lighting up quite a bit before. So they're obviously both sending you love. And I think the message is go for it. Go for it, but don't take unnecessary risks. And they'll be right there with you.
She said she's the triple diamond skier. Wow.
Oh, great. Well, then really go for it. That's wonderful.
Wow. Very nice. So let me just see if I can go in and Steve and Glenn. Just get a message from Glenn. I feel as though your father is close. I feel as though your dad is really proud of you. And he is close to you. He is very close to you and watching over you. He's very kind-hearted. He has a soft interior and maybe a little bit of a rougher exterior, but he was very kind and loving gentleman. He didn't show it all the time, but he would do things or say things that would just melt your heart. So he had a very kind way about him, and but he had like sort of like a macho, not, and I mean that in the nicest way, the sort of like a hmm, masculine. He's just saying that he is sending you blankets of love. He is with your brother Steve, but your dad seems to be coming through first. He wants to let you know that he's still leading the family. I'm not sure if he was the patriarch and he had, his siblings and their family, and he was the leader of the family, because he feels as though he's still taking charge on the other side as well. And he says he just wants you to know that your brother is safe, and that your brother is with him, and that they are together, and he is watching over him. He is keeping him close. That they are together. So I hope that means something for you, Allison. I wasn't looking at the um
Yeah, that's beautiful. Let's
oh,
see.
okay. Molly Mouse lost her connection. I see. Okay. All right, Molly, I'll go back with you. Okay, she said
Allison,
yes, very generous, and he raised other kids, 8 in all. Brother Steve was killed. Yeah.
oh dear. I'll just say one last thing about the skiing. Maybe they're telling you to get new equipment, because in the images I was seeing for you, they showed me like real old poles with a really big basket on it, and the ski pants that were like really really wagged, like they used, I don't know, in the 40s or 50s or something. So maybe they're saying it's time for you to get some new ski duds and some new skis.
Very nice. Wow. Very nice. And that is amazing that they brought that ski reference in. And I mean, she's all about skiing. That's amazing.
That's great.
Okay. Let me see. So, Molly, and you're still here, right? So I'm just going to go back to Molly and finish that, just because I do have it written
Yes.
down. And she is saying that her grandma Christine, she would like a message from her grandma Christine. And let me just tap back into that energy. Molly, and what I'm seeing is Christine has like a medium brown hair. She seemed active and fun and always busy. She seemed like she had like projects going all at the same time. She was had things scheduled and projects to do, and fairs and events to attend to. She just seemed like she was very social. She seemed like she was very creative, very creative, yet social. She had a group of friends that she did things with. And I can't imagine, it was almost like they would almost, I mean, it's not Girl Scouts, but it's sort of like something like this that you would do year after year. And she was a part of this community, but it was outside of something typical. But she seemed very business minded and very organized. But she's telling me that she is nudging you. Oh my gosh, she says that's her.
Yeah.
Okay, great. I'm good. I'm glad. I'm glad that you came back. Good. So she's I'm getting the chills now too. So she just is saying that she's nudging you. She's nudging you along, and she was just such a vital force. And it seemed like she's saying that things took a turn very quickly for her. That she was at the top of her game one minute, and then the next minute, it was almost like a diagnosis. Cut her off at the knees, so to speak. And that is not literal. She just felt like she was going strong one minute, and the next minute she was not. And she understands that this was abrupt, and that it was hard for you to see such a change in her energy. But she wants to let you know that she is in her uh, purest form, and that she is doing well, and that she is still orchestrating and communicating and scheduling on the other side. And she's giving you nudges. She's saying that to to not be afraid to step out, not be afraid to take a chance and go out and get what you want. She said, "Get what you want. Do what makes you happy." So this is what she's telling me, Molly. So listen for the nudges, listen for the synchronicities, and that would be your grandmom Christine.
It's beautiful.
Very nice. Very nice. Well, thanks for coming back and letting us know that you lost power or that connectivity. I mean, that happens. That happens. Hi, Kelly Scarborough is here. She says that message is spot on. She's like, wow, I felt it.
Excellent.
Your Christine really wanted to come through and give you this message. I'm letting you know because, yeah, you're welcome. You're welcome. Yeah, very good. Thank you. Thank you. All right, let's see. We have, oh, okay, let me get, see where I am. So Richie, are you still here? And if not, I have Samantha S. So either Richie or Samantha S. And then Barbara Davis, I see you. So hang in there. Richie or Samantha S. Just say hi and let us know that Richie's there.
Richie's here.
All right, thank you. Because it's hard for me to look at both pages.
Right.
Thank you, Richie. Okay, so Richie, he was probably the first one in.
Yes.
He says, I've had 2 meditations recently where I get the message that I am to assist. Can my guides or angels provide clarity? I did healing meditation, but I was there to help, not to heal.
Okay.
Was the message that he got. So
in the meditation.
He was there to help, not to heal. Okay, I see you, Samantha. Thank you.
I'm just getting the message that everything you do can be helping. I was seeing a picture of someone with like a big glass bowl and holding it up above his head, and a light was coming through it, and it was making it into like octagons, like big fractals of these shapes, so that all the light that came through turned into these fractals or these octagon shapes. So it's like everything, all the energy that you put into things, everything can be assistance. Everything is useful if you give it that mindset. Taking out the garbage and doing your recycling. That's assistance to the earth, and the sending healing thoughts and healing energy. All of that is assistance. Just being okay. They want me to tell the story. I was at a spiritual fair a week or 2 ago, and I just sat down at a table. There was a coffee area, and there weren't any, empty tables. So I sat down next to this other woman who I'd never met before, and she started talking, and she had been on her phone, and she was obviously upset, and then just started talking to me, and she was really upset. And I won't go into everything she talked about, but I just kind of let her talk and asked a couple questions, and she walked away feeling so good. And I know she didn't realize this, but she just, so just me being a witness to her was help. So just sitting there and letting other people talk at you can be help, can be aid, can be assistance. And sending the energy or doing energy work yourself, the actual healing, that's assistance too. But maybe what they mean is that isn't your whole role, that your entire being is an opportunity for healing just in your regular everyday life, smiling at somebody at the grocery store or on a walk or something like that. And when you start looking at the small interactions of your life like that, it can have a big impact, both on you and on everyone and everything you meet.
Yeah. That was that's very true, very true. And it was really powerful when you were talking about those octagons, and I felt as though it was like in a quantum field somewhere, and it was really cool. So, but Richie, what I was picking up just from the way that you described your question, that the guides often tell me that that you're a conduit, that we're a conduit, and we with our messages we can heal as well, but it's not us that's doing the healing, it's spirit acting through us. So we're just here to help spirit. So perhaps it's just as simple as that, that the healing comes through you. They're not asking you to be the healer. They're asking you to allow the healing to come through you, to be, the smile on your face, or the nod, or the, something, or a kind word to somebody, or if you're actually doing healing or a healing meditation for somebody. But it's it's being the conduit and allowing spirit to work through you. I think is the way that I picked up on it. So thank you very much, Richie, and thank you for doing what you do. That sounds so interesting.
Yeah, good for
Very
you.
interesting. Yeah, yeah, very nice. Okay, so I have um, I have Samantha, and then I saw Barbara. I saw Barbara. So, Barbara, hang in there and just let us know that you're still here. So, Samantha would like a message from her spirit guides.
Okay,
And let me
Samantha.
just confirm, it's Barbara Ann Davis is who I was referring to. Um, you're welcome, Richie. You're welcome. Keep us posted. Wow. Samantha, I would love a message from my spirit guides, please. Thank you, Barbara. I see you.
My ears start ringing, and my third eye is lighting up. And I'm getting, especially with the ears ringing, I think they are saying this is a time when you might be noticing things like this too. It's a high vibration time for you, and it's kind of over the next month or so, um, a time of energy change all over the place. But they're tuning you up to be ready for this. And a lot of times when I get that ringing in the ears, that's what that means for me. And so I'm interpreting that as for you. So just kind of take care of yourself on a physical level, and just know that they're working with you to heighten your psychic senses and abilities. And you might notice, and if you do, just kind of write things down. It's like, gee, is that something physical, or is this a spiritual kind of tune-ups and sort of symptom, or kind of notation, or whatever. But anyhow, yeah. What do you get, Jan?
Something a little along those lines, and I just felt a little bit of mm, I don't know how to describe it. Just not just a little bit of down kind of feeling, like ho hum. You're in the doldrums or something, and you're just wondering what is. You're feeling the energies that are in the atmosphere right now, and I'm not sure what your astrological sign is, but it could also have a lot to do with that. I know that some of these energies are affecting some people more than others, or some astrological signs more than others, but I do feel as though you feel like these doldrums, but there really isn't any reason to feel this way. Like you're like, there's nothing really to make me feel this way, but I'm kind of feeling this way. I'm not sure what is causing it. And they just keep telling me that you're you have empathic um, qualities about you, that you pick up on the energies in the atmosphere. So it's really difficult, but they do want you to edit and screen what your intake is, and maybe step back from it a little bit until you start, building up a little more uh, a higher spirits, and perhaps maybe do a energy or a chakra clearing as well. Just try and get balance in that way. But it's if there's no reason for it in your life, it's most likely spiritual. So but I do feel you just a little heavy hearted, and you're like, there's no real reason in your life, which is a good sign. So let me know. Oh, okay. And she said she's a Cancer, um, and she's feeling flat at the moment. Okay. And then she said, I'm feeling a bit of energy roller coaster. Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And that would be empathic as well. Mhm.
Right. So when you're feeling that way, what are some things that she could do? Like doing clearing and be out in nature and drink water, and but just being aware of it um, can be helpful too.
So I was on a meditation, and they're telling me to share this with you. And during the meditation, one of the special beings that I met along the way um, encouraged me to um, use a tool. And the tool that they gave me was a generator. And it was sort of like a wheel that you would spin and spin, and it would kind of have like one of those kind of a
Yeah,
kind of a sound to it. And you would just spin the wheel, and it would almost like spark a little bit, but it was like a generator, and it would generate and lift your spirits, and simulate the energy that you would need to lift your spirits. And yeah, so if you'd like to imagine that you have a generator near you, whenever you feel as though you have that little flat moment, or the doldrums, or like a heavy-hearted feeling, and it's really no reason, just you can pick up your generator and start generating more positive energy around you. So it's all in your control. It's all in yeah, that's what it feels like to me. All right.
that sounds good. I also like to keep a library of happy moments. And the most recent one I added was I got something that I'd ordered online, and I thought that it was wrong. I thought it was it, and I thought, oh no, I have to go through and try and return this. And for some reason, it was complicated. And I was just downhearted. And then I figured out that no, this was the right thing. And I was more on top of the world about, yes, I don't have to fight with customer service. That it all just kind of worked out in the right way and made things easy. So that's like one of when you were really down and then really up so close together. And it can be something simple like that. That no, I don't
Celebrate the
really have to redo
wins.
it. Yeah,
Yeah, celebrate those wins. It's yeah, we are very fragile. Well, we can be very fragile with our energies at this time. So make sure you do take care of yourself. And that's an excellent suggestion. I think I would love to have what was it called again? A happy box?
for me, it's just kind of a library of happy thoughts or something like
Happy
that.
thoughts. Okay. Very nice. Very nice. So thank you very much, Samantha. All the best to you. So next we have Barbara, and then I also have Jennifer. So Jennifer, if you're still here, just say hello. And Barbara says, I would love to hear any messages from her husband, Bill. So, all right, Barbara Davis and Bill. Sounds like he sounds like he's a loud talker. Did he speak loud? Seems like he had like a boisterous voice. Like you know, he had a very kind man. He had little quirks, but they were so uh endearing, like so adorable. Like you just loved him for those little quirks. But he was very kind-hearted, conscientious, smart, always helping other people. Loved you to bits. Loved you to bits. You were the light, you were the sunshine that he rose to in the daytime, and the sunset that he went to sleep to at night. You were his world. He's saying that he was he really allowed you to take control where you wanted to. And this is coming out a little weird, but just he allowed you to shine and thrive where you could do it best. And he was just in awe watching you raise the family, be a mother, be a uh, you know have a career and grandchildren. He's saying that you're one in a million. So, okay.
Yeah. Well, are
Okay.
you done?
Said yes, he did. People loved him. Yeah. If you want to go ahead, I can.
Sure. Yeah, when I tuned into him right away, I saw him standing there with a Valentine for you. That was the first thing that, no, I'm sure you do miss him. Uh, that's beautiful. But he had a Valentine for you. And then I got back and forth between these two images. First, I saw him kind of like on a scooter, not the motorized ones, but the ones that you had like a little kid and you push on one foot and kind of rode on it. So he was like tooling around on his little scooter, not having to push very hard. And then the next image was him kind of hitting one of those things. What do they call them? Sleds or something that they use in training for football. And they run into him and try to push, 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 push. And I saw him both pushing, I don't know if with his hands or however they did that. But so it was going from something coasting and very, very smooth to something that was a lot of effort. And he was working really hard at it. And he said I don't know if he was a hard worker, and he likes being able to kind of coast a little bit now, but toward the end, he was really saying that's what he wants for you to now not take things too terribly seriously and don't, you know, put your heart into things that you want to do, but don't overdo it and try to be more of the person on the coaster and the kind of scooter and just kind of go lightly through life and because it's a joy and find the joys in it and find the easier path. I think he's encouraging you to do and he doesn't want you to work so hard.
Wow. Wow, that's a really good message. So Barbara says she wants to move towards their son. I guess move her home. Um, yeah, and she said that made sense, Joan. So
Okay,
yeah.
good.
Yeah, try, we want things when we want things and we kind of force them rather than just kind of taking a moment and allowing things to happen. He's probably orchestrating things for you on the other side, and he's like, hold on, give me a minute, let me get it arranged. But you just let
And
him know what you want, and then let it go. Yeah.
and I heard or I kind of saw him going like that when you mentioned moving toward your son. So that would
Wow.
make him happy to have the two of you closer together.
Wow. That's very good. Very good. Thank you. I just want to say hi, Gal. Thanks for coming back. Thanks for coming over. Nice to see everybody. Nice to see everybody. So, yeah, let me just see where I am. I saw a couple. Jennifer, I'm here. I'm not going anywhere, Jennifer says. Okay. All right, Jennifer. Thank you very much. So, Jennifer is here and she would like, hi, I'd like to hear from my daughter who passed on the 2nd of January this year. Oh no, her name is Brittany. We're so sorry for your loss, Jennifer.
Yeah, that's a rough one. I'm so sorry.
All right, let's see if we can bring Brittany through. Hi, Erin. Thanks for coming. Was she a hairdresser? So I'm getting a woman is what I'm feeling. She was like in her 30s is what she's presenting to me. And she's just letting me know that she's was fighting a battle for a while, she's saying. And I don't feel that it's sudden. Does this make sense to you, Jennifer? I just want to make sure that I have the right Brittany. Was she in her 30s? She said she had a lot of hair. Was she in her 30s and did she have was she having like a battle with her health towards the end or was it more sudden? I just want to make sure I'm getting the right person coming through. She was 22. It was unexpected. Okay, so it wasn't the right person. Okay, so let me just make sure I get the right person.
Is it okay if I go?
Please.
Okay. I was just getting kind of a cartoon character, and it was this whole little um, episode of a young woman with kind of reddish brown hair, and she was wearing a blue dress. But it looked like she'd been shipwrecked and she'd washed up on the shore of this island. And she had a treasure chest with her. And it had like jewels hanging out of it, like the pearls from the necklace and everything. So it was like, so, okay, Brittany, what's the story here? And uh, the story seemed to be that this was, she had been on a journey, and this was not in the plans, at least in her head. This was not in the plans, but she made it, and now she's got the treasure with her, and the treasure is every of her life with you, and everything. The richness of that entire experience is something she's taking with her, and especially if they're bringing my attention to the pearls. It's the pearls of wisdom and things like that that you taught her. And she is taking that with her. Now she's in this beautiful, beautiful tropical island, and she's going to explore it. Right now, she's just kind of sitting on the beach, um, drying out and getting used to the sand and this new environment. but my attention keeps getting drawn back to the treasure chest that life with you gave her and her soul, this beautiful treasure that she will never be without. And I'm getting chills when I'm saying this now, that she's just so appreciative of her life, this lifetime, and everything she gained from it, and wants to let you know she's okay, and she's kind of excited about this new, this new island, this new place to explore. But the main message she wanted to send to you is gratitude for the beautiful gifts you gave her.
It was beautiful, Joan. So I am not picking up a lot with Brittany. I'm just not getting anything very certain. So maybe at a later time, come back and ask us again. Just there was the other woman that I was speaking to. I'm not sure if there's anybody else in the chat that can claim or recognize this woman in her 30s that that lost yeah that lost her life to a long-term illness, because it could have been somebody else. But Kelly Scarborough also said she hasn't been gone very long, and it's hard for her to pick up too. I'm just not getting anything certain. But whoever the other woman was, she was stronger and wanted to come in. But come back. We're here, every other week and weekends and things. So please try back again. Her grandma was the beautician. It was very faint. It was very faint, and I wasn't picking up on her vibration. So I just didn't want to speak on her behalf if I wasn't getting anything very certain. So sorry about that, Jennifer. But please do come back. Her grandma was the beautician. Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay. Thank you, Jennifer. And we're very, very sorry for your loss.
Yeah.
But that was a beautiful image that Joan gave us. How beautiful. That was really nice.
And I think sometimes the symbolic stuff can come a little easier. The very, very specific things that you get, you have to really be tuned in for that.
Yeah. Yeah. Thank you. All right, let's see who's next. All right. So if you have a question, you can pop it into the chat. If I didn't see it, just because it's hard for me to scroll all the way back. I'm just looking for if somebody else had a question. So Barbara Ann Davis just added that she has a first granddaughter after having 5 grandsons. Aw, congratulations. That's so nice, isn't it?
Congratulations. That's wonderful.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So Rosie is here. Hi, Rosie. Are you still here? Rosie Rowland. She would like a message from her parrot, Chardonnay. How beautiful.
Okay.
Chardonnay. Okay, thanks for putting that in again. Karen put her question in again. If you guys have a question, please put it in again. That'd be a big help for me. All right, I see a couple coming in. And Rosie is here. Her parrot, Chardonnay. This would be right up your alley, Joan.
Oh, yeah.
There was what I'm getting right away is that there was unspoken communication. I do know that parrots can speak, but there was also, like, you were able to read between the lines. You were very telepathic with each other. Like the parrot knew, or Chardonnay knew sort of what was on your mind, almost could predict your actions almost before you did it. That Chardonnay would know it. Chardonnay would watch you like a hawk, so to speak, but they would know your every move and be able to study your every move, which is really interesting. And but there was telepathic communication and unspoken, um, like reading between the lines. How about you, Joan?
Well, I'm turning my head like this because I'm getting the idea that he did that. I'm like to sort of um, he or she sort of cozy up against your arm or against you by turning his head sideways. But I also pulled a card from my feathers deck and got the goose. And the message was, your dreams and desires are calling you to action. The journey begins today. But I think what that really means for you is Chardonnay will appear in your dreams. So just kind of be aware of that. Or before you go to bed, ask for a message from Chardonnay, and maybe you'll have a wonderful flying dream.
Wow, beautiful. Oh, okay. So Linda de Gonzalez says that parrots are mostly telepathic. Oh, okay. Well, there you go. And then she said, Rosie says, I hope so, that she comes in my dreams.
Oh,
Aw.
that'd be great. That would be fun.
Yeah. I don't know. Was it Linda? Was it your parrot? Or it was somebody asked me for a message from a parrot. And I said, I don't think I ever talked to a bird before. Oh, and Rosie said he was pink. Oh my
Oh,
gosh. How special. That is so special. Wow.
pink Chardonnay.
Beautiful.
Beautiful. Yes, that was fun. Thank you. Oh, our
Um,
pets.
so T-Barb, I can see Joan's chat over here. So I do see it. Um, okay, so Kelly wants to know if the guides think she should sell her business this year.
Okay.
I thought I'd start some other ones. Okay, I see. I see Karen and Sweet and Salty. So I think that might be it after Karen and Sweet and Salty, because we're already in an hour. Sorry, Jen, I didn't realize how late it was getting.
That's all right.
Let me just check the pendulum. Is it in Kelly's best interest to sell the business before the end of 2023?
Let's see. My pendulum is vibrating and staying in place. And before I got the pendulum, I heard my dad, who was a businessman, and saying, be ready. Do everything you can to set things up and be ready to move when the time is right. But things are in such flux right now that it's changing. But like the markets are just all wonky and everything. Um, Longer term, over time, it makes sense to sell it. But as far as the timing to get the most out of it, uh, understand and maybe speak to an advisor or something about what you need to be monitoring to know from a financial standpoint when to jump. But the markets and the entire financial system is in such flux right now. My pendulum and even my dad wasn't giving a firm answer.
Great, excellent. That was wonderful. So Kelly, what I was just getting for the chiming, and 2023 did not appear to be favorable, but perhaps mid next year, and it's just because of the uncertainty and people not wanting to take risks or to begin something new at this time. It just so. Um, yeah, so perhaps maybe revisit it middle of next year, just when things are a little calmer. But very interesting question. Thank you. And I'm not going to be able to take this question, but I want to show it because I have the next two. The last two I have are Karen and Sweet and Salty. But I wanted to show this question. I thought it was very interesting. So Arlene, please come back and ask us again if you can. She wants to know
Yeah.
what her mother Virginia has learned on the other side. Wow. That's really interesting. And I like to find out what they think and see and feel and know on the other side. So let us know next time. Um, That's a really good question. So I have Karen, and then I have Sweet and Salty, and that'll be it for
Okay.
tonight, because we're over an hour right now. So Karen wants to hear from her dad, Hank. Well, neat name. He's very proud of you, Karen. He said you're a chip off the old block. He said you have tenacity and you have you're driven. You have drive, and he likes that about you. And you kind of leave no stone unturned. He's saying, but that's not 100% of your life. He says, remember to smell the roses. Remember to enjoy the meal. Ask whoever it was that had the French guide to G. Covington. Ask G. Covington about her guide, who says "C'est la vie" and or the sweet life, or whatever it was that I was saying. This is your dad wants you to be able to enjoy your life, enjoy the beauty and the miracles of earth around you, and to really savor the good times, and work, and being proud and tenacious is really a beautiful thing, and he loves that about you. But he also wants you to enjoy yourself and live your life to the fullest. How about you, Joan?
I was getting very much the same thing. My third eye and my throat chakra lit up, meaning you've got the vision and you've got the voice. So you can imagine and bring things in and then bring them into fruition and give voice to them. And then I also saw, but actually the very first thing I saw was like an old-fashioned typewriter. And I know that you're a writer, so I'm wondering if your dad might have, maybe you've gotten, whether he was a writer too, or he's just referencing that. That was the very first thing I saw. And let's see, the vision and the communication skills, typewriter. And then the last thing, it wound up with you walking in water, like you were wading, and I think you were wading on a beach, kind of all wrapped up in towels, and or like something full of, wonderful. It looks like the end scene to a movie or something, when you're happily just walking in the beach and the sun's going down, and it looks all very, very beautiful. So take time to enjoy the fruits of your labors. And that's also kind of the idea that that's when inspiration, the new inspiration for the next project can hit.
Wow, that's great. She said she wrote a script about him and he was a bad actor.
Hmm.
And my dad was a baseball player and an actor. Wow.
Okay.
Thanks, Scorpius Santoro Scott. I was wondering if you guys wanted to see if it's Scott. Let me know if it's okay if I show that little thing, that little clip I had, if I can show it um, on this show today. I don't want to kind of half in, half out. So Sweet and Salty says, does my dad Al have a message for me? Thank you, Sweet and Salty. Just say hi. And Scott, let me know if it's okay. I'm not sure if everybody saw it. Al, Sweet and Salty Al. He seems very loving. He pulled you close to him and sort of like kissed you on the top of your head. He pulled you in close to his chest and he kissed you on the top of your head. And he just wants you to know how loved you are, and how much he loved you being your dad. He seems very affectionate. The kind that would and not to say that anything's, I mean, just typically men don't usually hug other men, but you know how some men always hug everybody no matter what. And he was a hugger. He's telling me he would make sure he just really kind of, he was a deep feeler. He was a deep feeler, and he expressed himself, and he really genuinely cared about people and had a lot of genuine um, love for people. I'm just feeling a very deep feeler. Let me know, Sweet and Salty, if that sounds familiar. Go ahead, Joan.
I'm a little uncertain about this one. I started seeing a dog, the head of a dog, and it was kind of a short-haired brown dog, and then it morphed into the head of a deer. Kind of the same color, short hair, that deer-colored coat, and then it turned into a horse. And it's like, okay, what's going on here? And I think the continuity is um, the love and acceptance and beauty of animals. So I don't know if he was a big animal lover or if he's saying that you are, or to maybe consider bringing that into your life as a way of both connecting with nature uh, and with the other side, because animals of all kinds are of a very spiritual nature. So there's something to do with animals. I don't know. Maybe if you could confirm, was he a vet, or what was if there was any
She
kind of
said animal
animal spirit?
spirits.
Okay, that's what it is. Thank you. I was unclear about that, but they were all different types, but all the same, because all the same color and all just full of love. The other thing that was happening was the third eye chakra was really, really lighting up. So it's um, about connection and vision. Yeah, and just lots of love for you. I'm sorry I couldn't be more specific on that one.
That's very really beautiful, Joan. Thank you. So Sweet and Salty says he wasn't affectionate, but he was a deep feeler. And she said, yes, we both are. So I know it's hard to pick up sometimes in the middle of it.
Oh, and I
Um,
wanted to note too that Karen had said that the last scene or a scene in the script she wrote about Marilyn Monroe, one scene took place on the beach. And I had the beach, but yes, the beginning of that script is on the beach. So maybe that's what I was picking up
wow.
on.
Very nice. Very nice. I think so too. I think so too. So Scott gave me the go ahead that I could show this, and everybody.
Oh,
He
yeah.
said, "Yes, of course, anytime you want." So he said, "Anytime." I want to share this with everybody, and get close to your screens if you have not seen this before. It's an amazing. It's an amazing phenomena, I guess. What we did was we actually caught an angel on camera when Scott was doing a reading on Kevin, the Healing Medium show. And just keep your eye open over here for something white to fly in. And just keep your eye, and I'm just going to hit the go. And this is a slow motion so you can see it. So watch closely. Is everybody ready? Sorry, I didn't have it queued. It must be coming up now. You won't miss it. Yeah, it's right after he says something. So right after, okay,
And it's over his left shoulder as we're looking at it, right?
right here. See it?
Oh, there we go.
And I could see the little feet kicking. I don't know if anybody could see that. And when I go back, you can see it go back. So now it's all queued up, guys. So hang on one second. So watch right here, okay? You see the big angel wings, and then see the feet? See their feet? They
Yes.
kind of stand. You could see the feet. It's like he's stood up a little bit. And I keep saying he. I'm not sure why I think the angel is a male angel, but let's see it one more time. It's flying in. That's their wings, and then it's like you could see the two legs stand on something, and then they took a beeline for for Scott to help him. And he said that day it was amazing how in tune he was, and how in sync he was with Kevin and with all of it's just amazing. It's so amazing. And you guys can all see that on Kevin the Healing Medium's channel, that he was had a show, I think it was like a week ago Saturday, that he did a show with Scott. But if anybody wants a reading from Scott, he's got his angels with him, that's for sure. And we all call in our spirit guides and our angels. And I could not believe I actually saw it. It's unbelievable. What did you guys think? See, everybody's saying she took a screenshot. I know, right? And Tinkel's like, I love it. And Patty's like, that's cool. I know. Karen's like, oh boy, how cool. I
It's the
know.
real thing.
And T-Barb gave me a really, really close up. She said they stop and then they take a step off. Yeah, it's like they land and then you could see their feet and then it's like they take off again. It's amazing. And Scott's like, it was amazing.
That
Yeah.
is so cool.
Yeah.
We're not just making this up.
So Allison Brownlee says, I think you were getting my brother Stephen in the beginning. He would have been 61, blonde and very muscular, buried in a button-down shirt, donated from me. He was killed the weekend I was skiing. Wow.
Oh, wow.
It's possible.
Yeah.
I saw somebody, I was trying, I mean, I thought I was getting your dad, but I did see like a lighter complexion kind of with a button. Yeah.
That makes sense.
Thank you for validating that, Allison. You know, it's really hard in the moment when you're kind of expecting one thing and then it kind of sinks in. And a lot of times, yeah, that will happen. So Karen says, I'll look at it at my screenshot later. It wanted to be seen, didn't it, Karen? The little angel wanted to be seen. Yeah. And yeah, everybody go over and please do subscribe to Wisdom Seeker Joan. We are simulcasting, I guess is what they call it, but please do go over and give her and subscribe to Wisdom Seeker Joan. We'll be on her channel sometimes, my channel other times. And please do subscribe to Scott Scorpio Sun Tarot. He is amazing, wonderful reader. And Jackie is putting his link in the chat right there. Thank you, Jackie. Oh, look at Joan. You're a multitasker. I see you too. Wow.
So yes, I need to learn how to. I apologize to people who came on my channel. I need to kind of figure out the simulcast thing, that I wasn't interacting over there or monitoring that very well. But it's the first time for me.
Yeah. No, they're all right here in the StreamYard with us.
Okay, good. That sounds okay.
Very nice. And here's Wisdom Seeker Joan's YouTube channel, and Jackie is putting that in. Oh, and Scott saying, thank you, sweet ladies. Love you both. We love you too. When are you going to be on with Scott? Isn't that coming up soon? Oh, no, it's in April, right?
In April on the 15th, and I'm looking really forward to it.
Very good. And Karen Doyle says, angels are real. You're right. You're right. I mean, and you always know it, like, but to see it with your own eyes is just beyond. It's just beyond.
And what a gift, because it takes a lot of energy for them to do that. But they knew that all of you and all of the people on your show and on all of those shows are going to see that and just believe a little bit more. And that's just beautiful.
Yeah. Well, thank you very much for being on with me today, Joan. And thank you, everybody, for coming. Everybody on Facebook, everybody on Joan's channel, everybody on my channel, everybody watching later. We really do appreciate your time. We know you can be anywhere and watch anyone. And we really do. Really means a lot to us that you are here with us today. So have a wonderful Monday evening, and we will see you soon.
Blessings to you all.
Bye, everybody.